the most important thing is the personality that the future top manager needs to have. It means, first of all, it has to be a real entrepreneur, somebody who is obsessed by getting the right results and to grow and to do it well for its company. My point is, from my experience, I can feel who will have that potential to be in the future the right CEO for a company. I remember when I was working for Renault, I identified one of identified somebody who was working for me for an important program, and I told to all colleagues, this one sometime will be the #1 of Renault. 10 years later, his name is known, it's Carlos Tavares, is the #1 of Renault. You can feel in the personality of a future top manager what and where he has to go. It is an interesting mix of different characteristics. On the one hand, he's a winner. He is naturally a winner, a strong personality, somebody who can convince the others and who will regroup the others to support him. So he is charismatic, he is strong from character, but he's also easy to go, easy to correspond with. Generally speaking, he would be kind of an optimistic character with a vision. Of course, it's not sufficient to be nice, it's not sufficient, it's important to be a good communicator. The relationship today in terms of internal and external communication is of extreme importance, but it's not sufficient. That's all the personality. But behind that, there is a vision which is necessary. We used to say that to be a good CEO, you need two things. You need to spend probably about 50% of your time to strategy and to human resources. In other words, it is, well, having the vision where the company needs to go in terms of products, in terms of global evolution, international evolution of the company. That's one thing. Also a certain continuity in the vision, continuity in the strategy. You cannot change a strategy every year. The second point is, for human resources, the CEO, the good CEO, is someone who will always select the best people. He's not satisfied with the second best or the third best. He wants the best people to work on his project, to work on his vision. And so that's the second aspect. It's point one, as I was saying, a strong personality, a complete personality, with a character which is stable, on which people can rely, in which they have confidence. That's one point. The second point being the vision, so somebody who has a line and who stays with that line in terms of strategy and in terms of selection of people. And the third aspect is the know-how, and that's what makes the job and the task and the personality of a CEO somewhat very complex, because you have himself, you have his vision, and then he has to have a basic know-how of the company, of its products, of its strengths and weaknesses, of the relationship between all stakeholders of the company, means, well, the shareholders, the unions, the managers, the suppliers, the customers. So a global vision of those stakeholders. That's the know-how. Also, he doesn't need to be an accountant, but he needs to understand the basic way a company is working means know-how about cash flow, investments, about return, about the balances that you need to have at financial level between your ambition in terms of investment, but also your financial capacity. So to be, on the basis of this know-how, a very realistic man. Well, Paul, you have a very difficult task, which is now to define what are the soft skills which are expected from the CEO. As far as I'm concerned, it's pretty simple, I think, but in the reality it's much more complex than that. But some basics are, the guy has to be an optimist, he has to be a no-nonsense guy, so common sense is a very important point. Stability in terms of character, and well, it's basically soft skills and hard skills. One very important point, of course, is ethics.